people joining. Hold on. I was worried no one would show up. Hello everyone. Welcome. Oh my goodness, there's actually multiple people joining immediately. So we're going to be doing a little bit of audio testing as well as the debut 2.0. So I'm going to go ahead and start our background music. So please let me know if you can hear the music, if the music is too loud. There's so many people. Oh goodness. So yes, you should be hearing music right now if you aren't already, and I should be a fine volume. Can hear me and the music. Good. And then I'm also... Please let me know if there's a lot of background noise today other than, myself and the music. You see, I have some pets that I keep in my office. And yesterday I decided to go ahead and move them out just to make sure that they didn't make any noise during debut. But I don't want to have to do that every single time. Why am I so far from you guys? Hold on. So I went ahead and kept them in my office this time. So please let me know. We've got so many people. Hold on. I want to start actually welcoming you guys in. There's somebody with no username. Welcome on in. We've got Lily, Feisty, Burger Posting, Mia, Lilyfish, Blank Gato, UTA, and Icy Cats. I believe that's everyone. Oh, and now we've got Hoister. Hello, welcome on in. Yeah, today we're just going to be talking a bit about my goals, my expectations. What's the banging in the background? Okay, so you can hear it. That is... Oh, do I have to move them every time? I don't want to. So I have two pets that I keep in my office. Specifically, they are chinchillas. So if you know what those are, it's kind of a mix between like a hamster and a rabbit. Then I have their cage that I keep in my office. But I'm starting to think that it might be better to move them. Welcome in, Nanami. So yes, I might have to move my chinchillas out though, unfortunately. We'll see. This is a test. So for this stream, we'll go ahead and bear with it, and I'll listen back to the VOD and make the decision, I think. Oh, we've got Lulu? Oh. Hi, Lulu. Welcome on in. Yeah, we're just getting started. Goodness, it's strange. I'm more nervous for this stream than I was for debut. Or rather, leading up to debut, I was incredibly nervous. I don't know how many of you saw my Twitter activity, but I was anxious, to say the least. But the moment I actually hit live, maybe it's because I had my little introduction, I immediately had confidence and I just went into it. Whereas for this, I guess I'm just really going in without much of a plan. I'm just kind of yapping for the next probably only 2 hours. And just the first 5 minutes, watch. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Hard eyes. Oh my, hello there. Oh, King, what's up, King? I know you and I have spoken about being great friends in Kenzo's chat, so let's get to know each other today, yeah? Oh, we've got Nepo Berry as well. Hello. Alright, without further ado, I guess I'm supposed to do like this debut 2.0. I mean, nobody told me to do it, but I just saw everyone else doing it. I was like, I need to do one of those. So what? I think I just talked about my goals, right? Oh, thank you for the follow, Lulu. Which, by the way, yes, there's following on AniLive now. That's an update that came out quite literally today. So please go ahead and give me a follow if you'd like what you're seeing. So that way you always know whenever I'm going live. I'll shut up about how nervous I am and just get started, yeah? So... maybe we'll just talk a little bit about don't like what I see unfollowing. So maybe we'll just debrief debut a little bit first. So I think it went well. Why Nexas? You know what? So welcome in Space Beat. Why Nexas? Okay, from a lore standpoint, from detective standpoint, Obviously, I'm trying to figure out more about myself and, uncover my past, but also, I can't deny that live streaming like this is something that I'm very interested in, and I've been interested in for quite some time. That's one of the few things I actually do remember, that this is something that I wanted to pursue. And whenever I saw this sort of academia style format that Nexus was taking, I thought that that would be a great opportunity for somebody like me who still has a lot to learn. Like, if you'll notice by my thumbnails so far, graphic design is not my passion. So I don't really know how to make a thumbnail. I'm still new to the whole using audio mixers and all of that stuff. And social media, it's not a bit whenever I am really bad on whenever I'm trying to figure out how Twitter works, and I'm like, I got lost trying to navigate this site. Hello, Kiers, I want to say it's pronounced. Kiers. Please let me know if I ever say your name incorrectly. And also, by the way, thank you for the fan art. That was phenomenal. Curse. Okay, so it's pronounced curse. Method acting as a boomer? It's not really method acting if it's just genuine. I remember, I don't know if any of you would remember, I think it was whenever I hit 100 followers on Twitter. I was on my phone at the time, and I was really trying to figure out how in the world to tweet off of my phone without realizing that there was a big blue button with a plus sign on it, and that was the post button. I was clicking through every tab. I clicked on my profile. I was like, how in the world? How do I tweet on my phone? How long have I been a detective? Well, that's a thing. I don't know. If you didn't catch my debut, I seem to have suffered some sort of trauma-induced amnesia, so I actually don't know when or why I became a detective. It's worse than I thought. Yes, I really am that bad with social media. It's not an exaggeration. I have never really used any social media, at all before this. I think back in the day, I probably had a Facebook. You sure you're a detective and not just cosplaying? I had an office. So I had files that said I had done cases, so I don't think I was cosplaying. Stone Age detective. Back in my day, we had the faces on the book. Sorry, I feel like half of this stream is just gonna be me laughing at you guys being funny. You might have to play LA Noire to prove yourself. I would 100% be down to play LA Noire someday. I have no knowledge on the game for the most part, other than the fact that you have to actually read the faces and all of that. So I'm really excited to do that. I think I already know what my first game that I'm going to stream is, courtesy of Mia, actually, who's here in chat. Speaking of detective, have you heard of Danganronpa? Yes, I have. In fact, I have already played through Danganronpa's 1 and 2, as well as Ultra Despair Girls. I actually dropped Danganronpa 3 because I just wasn't very interested in it. So yes, I have played quite a bit of the Danganronpa games. Let's see. What is there to really say on them? I think that Danganronpa 2 is easily the best one in the franchise. 3 is better than Ultra Despair Girls. I mean, I don't know what it was about. Ultra Despair Girls, it was at least different in the gameplay, so I was at least getting something fresh. Whereas, Danganronpa 3, it was just the same thing, but now there's the Mono Kids or whatever they were called, and I didn't really care for any of the characters. Whereas Danganronpa 2 was just phenomenal. I'd actually, for Danganronpa 1, I had I'd already seen the anime adaptation of it. So it wasn't really I was already spoiled on everything. Danganronpa 3 is Miyu though? That is true. One of the very few characters I cared about. Also, I'm seeing, out of curiosity, I see that Burger Posting is in here. Am I being restreamed? Should I have Twitch chat open right now? Danganronpa 3's Kokichi. He was also amazing. Oh, I am being... Oh, hold on. I need to see this. I'm gonna... Sorry if you can hear my clickety-clacketing. I have no idea where I'm being... Oh, it's okay, it's okay. But yeah, so... My goodness, I am really bad about losing my train of thought. It's, you know, the old man brain going senile. But yes, Danganronpa 2, it was the only one that I went in with absolutely no spoilers, and it was incredible. Like, I loved that game so much. I don't even remember all the characters, but I love all of them. Who was my favorite? What is his name? Fuyuhiko, I think? Is that his name? Yeah, oh, I love him. Love, Gundam, I believe his name is as well. Like, what is it, like, Gundam what was his name? Yunaka, maybe? Tanaka. Like, I am Gundam Tanaka, or whatever he said. But then, of course, there is Ibuki, who was the best character. I do not care what anybody says. I love her. She is amazing. Ibuki supremacy. Exactly. And then in Danganronpa 1, I feel like it's no secret at all that my favorite would be Kyoko. You have a Moriarty type rival? Actually, I'm more so looking for my Sherlock type rival, knowing me. No, if I do have a Moriarty... See, I don't know. I think I am distinct enough as an IP that my rival takes a different shape. And I have two that come to mind immediately. One is, of course, she's in the chat right now, Mia, my evil British twin. Yeah, don't give me that face, Mia. You know what you are. So we've got Mia. We've got like we'll call it a quote-unquote love-hate relationship. Only the love was in quotes. It's more so just we can pretend to be nice around one another occasionally, when it suits us. But then also, I've realized, check your mailbox. Oh my goodness. Wait, there's nothing here. Why did you tell me to check? I'm kind of let down, actually. The hate for real, I see. No, it's merely teasing. It's teasing. But yeah, the other person who comes to mind, actually, is Rixie, believe it or not. I know. We've had a little bit of back and forth. She coined that the WD stands for Worst Detective. That's not the case. It actually stands for Watson Doyle. So the full name is Osian Watson Doyle Whitlock. But now, my reputation is permanently tarnished because of Rixie, who, by the way, is also a robot, or whatever she is, which is a form of technology, which I think you guys kind of know how I feel about technology by now. And then furthermore, her creator is a fish, which I think I even said during my debut is quite literally my least favorite thing. I hate fish, and this is not a bit. I cannot stand anything aquatic in nature. So, she is why do I hate fish? Because they are revolting. They are vile, simply disgusting. How other people look at bugs like cockroaches or spiders, that's how I look at fish. Now see what there's the cane to smash technology. Exactly. I have no limp. I'm actually a rather fit individual. That's why, I ride my bike quite often, I'll have you know. No, the cane is here for two reasons. Hold on, let's look at this baby. Also, welcome in Tsundere Bands. Please tell me how it's pronounced. But yes, the cane is here for two reasons. One, to smash technology and fish. Really just anything I hate. It's for attacking people. And secondly, is for style, of course. I mean, the swagger of walking down the sidewalk, not, what do you call it, pavement, Mia? walking down the sidewalk with the cane. Oh, I just feel classy, you know? The pave. Oh, look at me, I'm Mia. I walk on the pavement. Is it to shake all the youngins and tell them to get off your lawn? No, no. I only use my words for that. You do not sound like, you sound exactly like that. Actually, that was a voice filter to sound like Mia. Oh goodness, how did we even get here? Oh, thank you for the follow. Thank you. Which, by the way, I don't know if anybody else has joined since I last shilled, but they have follows now on AniLive. And you know what? I'll shill for everyone this time. Please go follow me and all the other Nexus members, so that way you know exactly when we are going live. You're rescinding your follow? Yeah, okay. I would rather not have your follow, you know? Speaking of which, am I even following you? No, here, I'll follow you right now. There you go. Take the energy. Oh goodness. Thank you. That said, I actually don't drink energy drinks anymore. I know, burger. Whenever I was watching the VOD for my debut, watching it back, I realized I missed a few burgers, and that is a cardinal sin, in my opinion. That is so sad. And so I am making an oath to you now that I will never miss a burger again, unless it's during karaoke. That's the only exception. Gas but no energy drink, shaking your head. Burger. So yes, for the energy drinks, you see, I am actually a very introverted and anxious person a lot of the time, and energy drinks just make that go, and really any caffeine, make that a lot worse. So I'm trying to step away from caffeine from now on. That said, I still have, like, I've been trying to get rid of, like, my remaining energy drinks I have in my house. I'm just like, somebody come grab these. They're just sitting in my fridge. Can't wait for the karaoke. Yeah, I'm so excited. I know some people have been hyping me up as a good singer. It's false. They're lying to you. But, like, you know, I like to think that I at the very least know how to have a good time, especially since the keyword in that stream name is that I'll be drunk. It's drunk karaoke. Do it because it's fun. Exactly. Putting our differences aside, you're an amazing singer. Incorrect. This is not true, Mia. Could you give us a quick teaser of me singing? Gosh, I'm not inebriated whatsoever right now. Do I? Oh goodness, please? Oh. See, okay, I will say, there's two reasons why I hesitate. One is because my audio mixer isn't exactly set up right. Well, I guess this is related to both, like, points. Where one, I don't have an equalizer right now. And so, also D&D talk. We'll get to D&D talk in just a moment. Don't worry. Right after this. Here, actually, I've been meaning to get a journal out so I can write stuff down and go back to it. I'm gonna grab a journal right now. Give me just a moment and enjoy. Let's see what we're listening to right now. Vivaldi Concerto No. 4 in G major, RV 308, Movement 2 Largo Cantabile. So give me just a moment while you go ahead and enjoy the music. Alright, and we are back. I just realized, if I mute myself, does it mute the music as well? I bet it does, actually. It does? No! Okay, well, looks like if I ever have to go again, I'll just leave you guys with the music. And you'll be able to hear me walking around doing stuff. Alright, so we will get back to some D&D talk. Alright, and there we are. Binkies, welcome on in, welcome, and thank you for the like. So, yes, the other reason why I kind of hesitate to give you a singing preview at the moment is because, well, first of all, as I mentioned, I don't have an equalizer, which means that if I am being loud, it's going to come across as being very loud. I'm a loud singer for certain songs. So maybe if I pick a quieter song, that could be fine. Welcome in, Looney Moon Demon. Hello. And then the other thing, you have to go back to work now. Have a wonderful 2.0 stream. Thank you. And thank you for the follow I believe I saw earlier, Space Beat. I appreciate it. Have a good day at work. So, I also, at the moment, I'm playing my audio, my music, through through a second phone. But then I've also got the problem is that I actually can't hear it off of my phone. And so I've got the exact same thing playing on my computer where I'm just listening to it as I stream. So the problem with that, of course, is that if it's not timed up correctly, I wouldn't exactly know, you know? And I suppose that might not be an issue for some people, but I'd rather it be coordinated. Nathan is here. Welcome on in. I promise I can speak. I know English. I guarantee you. Well, okay, Friday. Well, that's the thing. I also have no idea if I'll have it set up by then. So maybe. Welcome on in, Tricks, and thank you for the like. We'll see. At the very least, I know that I'm going to sing on Friday, even if it's not set up properly. Just do it whenever you're ready and comfy to do so. Well, that's the thing. I love singing. I really do. You can ask any of my classmates. They've had to deal with me singing so much already. I think they've already heard my entire karaoke repertoire like 3 times over. I know for a fact that Mia and Momo have. They're usually like lurking in VC. What's your favorite recent anime in the last several years? I'm gonna be real with you. I don't really keep up with like modern anime. I don't watch much. I know, like, I feel like all the stuff that I watch is whenever I'm going back and watching old like classics. Because even then, I haven't seen a lot of the classics either. When it comes to everybody in Nebulink, and maybe even all of Nexas, I am probably one of the least, quote-unquote, like, weeaboo and otaku people here. I'm much more likely to be found watching VTubers than I am watching anime, you know? Rewatching Death Note for the 9th time. I have seen Death Note, I believe, twice. You know, once on my own, and then once with somebody. Which, I mean, it's good for most of it. It's good up until it's not, and if you've seen the show, you know what the moment is. Yep, yeah, you know Nanami. Narnami, I believe we called you. Oops, I wrote your name on the Death Note. Well, it's okay. My heart was gonna give out any moment now anyways, let's be honest. Nar. So, I think without further ado, since we've got some people who brought it up, let's talk D&D. I know we've mentioned it a few times now, so let's get into it. Yes, I do have quite a bit of D&D experience under my belt. I've been playing for many years now. You're new to D&D, so you barely know anything. Well, I think the number 1 rule of D&D, you'll be lurking as you have no idea about this topic, it's okay. In fact, I'm about to tell you the number 1 rule, is to remember that above all else, it is a collaborative storytelling experience that should put fun before anything else. Genuinely, you could not know a single rule within all of D&D, not know how the game is played. As long as you were there with your friends sat at the table with your dice, you are playing D&D correctly. I do not care about, like, rules lawyering. I don't care about, like, oh, but on page 476 of the player's handbook, it says that if you cast a full action, or if you cast a spell as a bonus action, then you can't cast a leveled spell is your action. I don't care. We're here to have fun and do something that's cool, create some memories and this amazing story together. That is the #1 rule of D&D. So if I'm going to teach you guys anything about it, it's going to be that. The amount of times I just ask for bonus actions because I want to do things. Now, there definitely is a limit, because game balance is important. You do want things to actually, go well. Like, it can't just be a battle of, like, kids playing with action figures, like, oh, and I pull out my ultra laser, yada yada. Like, no. There does need to be a system, or at the very least, everybody needs to be operating under the same rules. And so if your dungeon master allows for your bonus action to be used more creatively than the rules would normally allow, then that's completely okay. I love tempting people to buy more dice at work. I should never go to your work then, because I am so easily tempted to buy dice. I have so many. I am a dice goblin through and through. I have Vigio! Hello, welcome on in. But yes, I am very much a dice goblin. You're almost at 40 sets? I think you have more than I do, actually. Hold on, let's count. I've got like a whole container. Here, I'm gonna go grab it. It's like right, oh, is it not right there? Oh my goodness. Oh, you know what? I know where it is. If I were to guess though, I probably have low 30s in my sets. So that's impressive. You know what? Curse, what you've done is now you've motivated me to actually go and buy more dice. So, rest in peace, my wallet. Hello, welcome in, Lunara. Welcome. We're just chatting a little bit about D&D. Who knows, maybe this is the rest of my debut 2.0. Goals, expectations, what are those? We're just talking about D&D. Huh. So, yeah, no, I definitely need to get some more dice. Though I have some really, really nice sets. I have customers with like over 100. Oh my god. I need to run 30 sets too. Oh, dude, I'm slacking. There's a loud sound outside. Man, I'm slacking. Hold on, I'm about to go by. Do you have a particular favorite set of dice that you own? I do have a few sets that come to mind. Typically, I care more about the memory of like how I got the set, like kind of who gave them to me or why I got them. And so I know there was one time I took a trip to New Orleans, actually, and I got this fleur-de-lis inspired set. It's like fully like gold and it's like made of metal with red numbers. They're gorgeous. So those ones are really good. Got a couple other metal sets that are just amazing. Probably the fleur-de-lis set. Have you tried some other TTRPGs outside of D&D we know and love? So the other two ones that I've really tried out, or at least learned about extensively, because I've heard of a lot of them, of course. And I've tried sort of like homebrew systems that people have made, but the two things that I've tried are Call of Cthulhu and I haven't tried Pathfinder yet, but I have been reading through the Pathfinder 2e rulebook. And so I'm considering maybe running that instead of D&D. See, I'm far more familiar with D&D is the problem. And so I would feel bad if I'm trying to run something in Nexas that I'm not very familiar with. I originally started by buying what match characters, went out the window real quick since shiny click-clacks. Yeah, so for me, it's never really been about the character. That said, I do now, as I'm playing certain characters, I will always like designate 1 or 2 sets for that character. So that's what I'll play. Whenever I'm playing as them, I'm like, okay, and this is the set that I'm using. But it's not that I bought the set for the character, it's more so I have the character in this set matches them. So now that set is adopted. Maybe that could be a fun little goal of mine, to have all of my sets adopted by one character. Which as much as I've been a DM, I've also been a player, like almost as much, I feels like at this point. I've played most of the classes, and even then, I've also, whenever I have missing players at my group, sometimes I've had to play their characters as well. Because I'm not really the kind of person who's like, oh, and for whatever reason, the monk is on sabbatical. No, like, he's still along for the journey, you know? And so I have experience playing basically every class, I want to say. That, or I've at least had to help people make their character sheets. And of course, I have played every class in Baldur's Gate, technically, which I know is not exactly 5th edition, it is a little bit different. But I do have a pretty good understanding of each class at this point. I wonder if you have a room full of D&D? I wish. If I am ever wealthy enough to just get like a big ass house or whatever, I want to have a D&D room. You know, I'll host all of my D&D games there, and you know, that'd be great. Get like the full ambiance, have like surround sound speakers, get like the lights on the wall could be like torches and sconces. As a DM, how do you handle when players have to leave, like they can't play the campaign anymore? The way I see it is that this is a game all about fun, and it's about what people want to actually do. Ruv! Hello, Ruv. Welcome on in. By the way, everybody, Ruv is going to be having her debut later on tonight. Pretty soon here, actually, in just a few hours. So please go check her out. And since she's already here in the chat, why don't you go ahead and give her a follow? Now that you can follow people, so please watch her and Yaya as well. They are both phenomenal, amazing people. And I'm certain that they're both going to do great. Ruv, I remember starting to watch Ruv and seeing everything that she had planned, and I was blown away. Genuinely. Anaria, welcome on in. Hello. Watch Yaya only. Oh, Ruv, stop being so modest. Stop being so humble. You're going to do fantastic. Ruv hype. We love Ruv. Hello, princess. Yes, no, we love Ruv, so make sure you go watch her debut later tonight. Weird, your chat was not updating. Mine did the same for just a moment, actually, but then it all flooded in. Yes, I believe I was answering the question, what do I do if a player wants to leave a D&D campaign? And really, I am not entitled to their time. Like, if that's something that they want to do or just can't do anymore, that is, you know, completely acceptable. So if somebody comes to me, like, I'm not going to be hurt about it, especially because if they're not having fun, I don't want to hold them to that. Hello, welcome in to how is it pronounced? You're going to have to, like, phonetically type it out, I'm not going to lie. Titan? Okay, it's like Catan, but got it. And thank you for the follow. Huh. So, we've mentioned it quite a few times now, but I am going to be trying to set up a Nexus D&D. I know that... Oh, Fu Yu, welcome in. Welcome on in. We're just talking about D&D a little bit. So, I've already reached out to Kinzo and Lumi. The three of us now have a group chat, and we are, you know, we're starting to cook. We are getting a Nexus D&D in the works. Now that I've officially debuted, I can spend a lot less time worrying about what the hell am I going to do for debut, and more time actually thinking about if I were to do a Nexus D&D, what, like, how could we actually do that? Because if you haven't noticed, there's quite a few of us. A little bit more. Oh, I'm still far away from you guys. Hold on, I'm so sorry. There's quite a few of us, and so it's kind of hard because there's so many people who are interested. Now, that said, even if we aren't able to make that functional and have that be something that happens, which I'm going to fight tooth and nail to make it happen. Need to run multiple campaigns at once? Yeah, that's kind of what we're thinking. Or maybe what we'll do is, the idea is to have like a large adventuring guild. Essentially, Nexus will be an actual guild in the world. and we can just cycle out who's actually in the party, and then we'll also cycle out who's the dungeon master, so that way we can have a lot of content and, you know, happen pretty frequently and nobody's getting burnt out. So that's kind of what we're thinking at the moment. So we'll see. We still have to cook. You know, it's a work in progress, we'll call that. So, oh goodness, I don't even remember what I was about to talk about. Yeah, no, I am very excited for that, though. Admittedly, we haven't gotten too far into it. Oh, right, that's what I was going to say. Even if we aren't seeing a Nexus D&D anytime soon, I do still plan on doing some D&D. Yes, I do still plan on doing some D&D related streams. Specifically, something I'll probably start next week, I'm thinking, is I want to try making Nexus members as D&D builds. So it's like, oh, how would I play, you know, since I see Anaria's profile picture, how would I play Anaria in D&D? How would I play Osian in D&D? And I think the first one I'm going to do, since he is our knight, is probably how would you play Terran Shieldsong in D&D? And so I think that could be a lot of fun as well. I'm thinking maybe for him, I was considering an Oath of Glory Paladin and what was the other one? College of Valor Bard multiclass, and starting to figure out, you know, what race you could pick, the feats, all of that stuff, the spell list and everything. I think that could be a lot of fun. And I'm sure I'll have other things, especially if I am able to have the D&D, like Nexus D&D, be a thing. I could do like planning streams, and so you guys could actually maybe be involved in how we actually, you know, run the game. As I'm looking at stat blocks, as I'm thinking about that, character building streams, absolutely. Oh, I actually adore bringing people together and having us like make characters. I've helped so many people through like making their characters for the first time. It's so much fun. Yeah, Nanami, you get it. It's great. Combined Session Zero, that, yes, very much, Session Zeros they're necessary, in my opinion. You cannot go into a D&D campaign without setting all of your expectations, all of the rules. You have to tell people exactly what kind of campaign they are getting into, just everything. I always take an hour to make character sheets. I have a lot of practice with it at this point, and so I get them out in like 15 minutes if I want. Like, what really depends on the level, though, and whether or not they're a spellcasting class. It's like, a level 1 fighter is going to take me 5 to 10 minutes, whereas level 20 wizard is going to make me, I've decided I don't want to say what I was about to say. I just wouldn't be enjoying myself, we'll call it. You know, don't want to say anything. Look, I'm not, if this VOD were to go up on YouTube, I'd get demonetized. That's what I'll say. Level 20 wizard 3 hours later. Yeah, and that's you still looking at all the second level spells, not even worrying about level 3 through 9 spells. Like, oh. I have a horrible habit of making too many characters and then never playing them. That's most people, let's be honest. Though I'm fortunate enough that I've gotten to play a lot of the characters that I've thought of. Like recently, I started playing as a goblin wizard named Breadstick. Oh, I love him so much. He is such a good little boy. So he's like this, he was a goblin tactician turned wizard after he decided to, well, so the idea is that one day his goblin tribe like raided a wizard's tower, and he took all of the spoils and taught himself magic through like this old wizard's ramblings and all of his notes. And he became like this magically proficient tactician that led the goblin tribe. And then after planning a raid, it went so well that he was disgusted by all the violence and swore instead to use his powers for good and to, you know, seek adventure and glory and help some people along the way. And so he's like this little goblin running around. He's got an oversized like wizard hat and everything. I love him so much. He's a precious, precious boy. So, I should probably actually do the things that are expected of a debut 2.0 instead of just yapping. So goals and expectations and my tags. I guess we'll actually go over all of that stuff. So some goals of mine. I obviously, first and foremost, just want to entertain you guys. That's the most important thing, let's be honest. Like, I don't really care about how many people are watching as long as somebody is watching. You know, because this is, yes, I would love to be able to make a career out of this someday, which I suppose is another goal in of itself. But to even just be able to be here is just such an honor. So thank you so much for everyone who's stopping by. Outside of that, I'd love to learn Japanese. I was doing Japanese Duolingo for a little bit, but then actually I lost I lost my streak whenever I was introduced to the other Nebulink members. I got so caught up in talking with them every single night that I forgot about my streak. Nox, welcome in. Hello. Titan, you have a question? Go for it. Of course. I will patiently await your question. I'll go ahead and have a little sip. We are not drinking alcohol today. We are simply drinking soda, which I know I said I was avoiding caffeine. Technically, this has a little bit of caffeine in it, I think, but it's small enough that it doesn't matter. It doesn't hurt. So, while I patiently await your question, I'll go ahead and get a little sippy. Oh, sorry. Hold on. The chat just froze up again. Now it's back. Okay, this question. What is this question that I keep seeing? English or Spanish? What does it mean? Yeah, it was all of chat freezing. But yeah, what is this English or Spanish question that I'm... Can somebody explain that to me? Don't answer? I see the question, what type of soda? This is A&W cream soda, which is the best soda. Duolingo Owl gonna get your ass. He's tried. He failed. You see this cane? You see this cane? I am strong enough to fight him back. Someone asks the question and then you answer. What would your answer be? Espanol. That's my answer. I don't know if that's good or bad. Anaria, I'm not supposed to answer it? Sorry, I'm gonna be real with you. I have no idea what that says. Yo habla un poco español. I only speak a little bit. I don't know very much. First one to move is gay. Had to come back, chat stopped working. Yeah, so is that a me problem, or is that just AniLive in general that's having that chat problem? You got me? Is it really getting, like, is it really something to be proud of to get me? Like, I am... Like, I feel like I'm very gullible. I am vulnerable. AniLive, it happened to me a few times? Okay, but I'm wondering maybe if it's my internet? That would be very unfortunate if it's my internet. ¿Cómo está? Muy bien! Thank you for asking. Jeffrey's up for me a lot when I'm streaming. Okay, it's an app issue. That's reassuring. That's good. Hey, you're proud of getting the 9th best critique. I cannot speak English or read English. You know, speaking of being illiterate, here's a fun little pre-debut story for you guys. This is one that I've been so excited to tell since it happened. So, we on All in Nebulink have a Discord server. You know, we're all thrown together in there, and it's us and management. Speaking of being illiterate, yes, I know, right? And this was quite literally a few days after we were all thrown into the server. And I remember being in a VC with a few people. I want to say it was Oh, I don't remember. If anyone who's... I think the people who know what I'm about to talk about would remember. Mia, were you there? Welcome in, Tsukimi. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, I think Mia was there for this story. So, I was there. No, this is not about Crown. Titan. But yes, about Crown. Okay, oh my goodness, so many things. This stream's about to be longer than 2 hours. Okay. People, they spell it Crayon. There are some people who pronounce it crayon or cran. I pronounce it crown. It's a real, actual way that people say it. I assure you that I am not making it up. Crown is still hers? Yeah, Nell does too. Thank you, Vigio. Look, people spell it Crown, but really, Titan's got it right. I'm really just dropping the Y. Now, do I know why? No, but let me ask you for a moment. Word walk. Oh, I'm going to walk to the store. You don't say the L, do you? I mean, some people do. Some people say walk or talk, but I say walk and talk. This is very, it's so, but you say it's no different. Language is a form of communication. It is just one of many forms of communication, in fact. And as long as the point is getting communicated, then the language has done its job correctly. This is why language is so malleable and ever-changing. To have such a strict understanding of language is that's just simply not the case. Language is a form of communication and you are somehow failing. You guys know what I'm talking about. You say Crayola correctly though? I don't know. That's just how it ended up. I always said crown and Crayola. It's simple as that. Oh my goodness. Oh right, I was telling my illiterate story. So I was there. Don't use a red crown on the red crown. How do you say Nutella? Is there a way that people pronounce it besides people don't say Nutella, do they? No, that's Nutella. There's a debate. You know what? Nutella? That sounds... See, the problem with that is that you're getting a rhotic, not rhotic, a glottal stop. You're getting a glottal stop with Nutella. So maybe if it's Nutella... Nutella versus Nutella? Well, this is like potato. How is Jif pronounced? I mean, there you go. Though, really, I flip-flop between Jif and GIF. How dare? Am I... Look, it's either one. GIF, GIF. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. We all know what it means. The debates have begun. You're right. I assume that my streams are going to be a lot of debates. And you know what? I welcome it. I love debating. I love arguing. How do I unlike? You can unfollow. There you go. I won't mind. I respect someone who stands by their principles. You love GIF and JIF? But yes, my illiterate story. Second time's the charm. Returning to this. So I was there in VC with a few of the Nebulink members. I was in VC on my computer, and I remember I wanted to go onto a different Discord account on my phone. And so I went and I logged out of my account on my phone while in computer VC. And then I heard me leave a call. I'm like, what? Did I get disconnected? Here, let me go join back in. And I look back up, and the Nebulink server wasn't there. It was gone. I had fucking left the Nebulink server instead of logging out. Somehow, I clicked through all of the buttons to get to the leave server and clicked on leave instead of logging out of my account. And so then I frantically messaged the managers. I was like, please let me in, let me in. I left. I think it took me about 10 minutes to get back in, but I don't know how I did it. Yeah, exactly. Oh yes, let me log out. Presses leave server. Oh, I was so embarrassed. That's so on brand for you. I hate that it is. Oh, I wanted to try to be smart, but honestly, my ignorance in terms of technology and apparently reading are just too great. I can only wonder how my reading stream's gonna go this Thursday. The streams where you learn how to use tech. There's a lot of things that I have to learn. Which, by the way, I need Manon's glasses. Actually, I don't know if you know this, but my magnifying glass actually serves as my glasses. I actually can't really see. I'm a glasses wearer, actually. I am, I think, basically legally blind in one of my eyes. And so, my little magnifying glass also doubles as an actual, like, glasses. So, you'll see me looking through it a lot, even if I'm just talking to someone. That said, maybe in the future I'll actually get a glasses model, and so that way I'll be able to see more properly. Do I have a favorite book? So for a long time, my favorite book was The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien, and it's phenomenal, much better than those god-awful movies that came out. No, the book is fantastic. That said, I would now say, welcome in Tuxcat, California. Welcome, welcome. That said, I would say that my favorite books now... I mean, I actually like non-fiction. I like history books and just reading about history and about mythology. But I'm gonna have to go ahead and give it to Eyes of the Dragon by Stephen King. Whenever he went ahead and delved into fantasy, I really, really like that book, actually. In fact, I've been meaning to read the Dark Tower series. I have the first book, but I just haven't actually read through it yet. Yeah, no, good books, good books. Though, I am actually very, very excited to read for you this Thursday Young Goodman Brown, which is a short story by Nathaniel Hawthorne. It is a fascinating, fascinating story. I love it so much. Here, actually, I want to look up a little synopsis of Young Goodman Brown, so that way, if anybody's like, what in the world is that? Then I can actually, you know, you'll know kind of what to expect. That's way longer than a summary. Dude, why are all these summaries so... These are like cliff notes, not actual... Oh, here we go. So the story that I'll be reading on Thursday is Young Goodman Brown by Nathaniel Hawthorne. Published in 1835, Nathaniel Hawthorne's Young Goodman Brown reveals the dark tragedy of the Puritan faith and the perils of failing to develop one's own personal convictions. The tale of Goodman Brown addresses these issues through the titular character's journey from Salem into the nearby forest. Goodman Brown leaves his beloved wife, aptly named Faith, behind in order to venture through the woods in search of something more. We never know for certain what Brown is searching for, a brief escape, a pleasure, or thrill. But what he finds is the devil himself. In their stroll through the dark woods, the devil pushes and prods Goodman Brown, forcing the young man to question his most deeply held beliefs and to view his supposedly perfect community in a new, more cynical light. As the journey reaches its conclusion, Goodman Brown comes to see with his own eyes that the devil's words are true. Nathaniel Hawthorne's story illustrates the hypocrisy of Puritanism and the dangers of blind faith. So that is the little synopsis of the story that I will be reading on Thursday. Now, I've never actually done any kind of reading stream like that, but I'm excited. I'm really just worried about balancing chat and making sure I'm still able to read chat while also, reading the story. As well, of course, we've established I'm illiterate, and so we're going to just hope that I can actually read it. I'm thinking we'll get like some piano music in the background, some like dark ambiance or something. I just wait for a good pausing point and then catch up to chat then. Probably what I'll do to Tan. I think that's a really good idea. In fact, that's easy enough for me to remember. Azure, welcome on in. Hello, hello. Or is it Azure? I've heard both pronounce that word. Yes, regardless, welcome on in. My goodness, how many of you are there in here? Oh my god, there's so many. I'm not going to lie. I genuinely feared the idea of starting the stream and just nobody joining. I thought that was going to be the case, like almost for certain. So, I'm incredibly grateful to have you guys here. Be perceived. Yes, it's terrifying to be perceived, but I'd much rather be than not, It's already been an hour. I think I'm gonna go for 2 hours basically exactly today, so I'll probably stop at 5 p.m. PST. Actually, I'll go ahead and get your guys' opinions while you're here. Fiverr started streams a bit earlier. We'll call it an hour earlier than I did today. Is that something that you guys would still be able to make and be interested in? Because I'm thinking what I'll try to do sometimes throughout the week. Probably on I'm thinking Tuesdays and Wednesdays would line up the best. Both sound good. Yeah, I think. So I also know I'm right at the cusp of overlap hell. If I am working, I'll be here. Oh, thank you, Curse. I appreciate that. I would be asleep right now. I'm tired and almost falling asleep. I mean, feel free to fall asleep. I'll try not to scream and wake you up. I know I personally love to fall asleep to stuff. I gotta get to cooking, so I'll have to drop out. Enjoy your stream. Thank you, Jatan. Thank you for stopping by and keeping me some company. But yeah, I know that personally, I like to fall asleep to streams. So, if I can be that for somebody else, I will more than happily take that. I'll be here and make sure to put an alarm so it's okay. No, you don't need to force yourself awake. That's not, take care of yourself. I know, at least for me, I hate waking up to alarms. I would much rather wake up naturally. Then again, I definitely know I've done the same. I've set alarms to catch stream, so really, I'm being a hypocrite. It's really just whatever you'd like to do. You just sleep through your alarms. I have to set a bunch of alarms, one after the other, or else there is no way in hell that I'm waking up on time. So for me, first ring, I'm a light sleeper. No, I could not. I have to set a bunch of alarms that are all 15 minutes apart, and they're all reoccurring. So that way, and they have to start an hour and a half before I actually need to get up. That's how bad it is. And what's even worse is that in my sleep, I'm very powerful in my sleep. I am able to have full conversations. I know I used to sleepwalk, so I can full on sleep talk, and I know how to open my phone and turn off my alarms. I know because I've tested it. I've specifically, oh, I love you. Thank you. But I specifically have tested it. I've made sure. I've taken a screenshot the night before and checked the alarm is on and the sound is on. Then whenever I would wake up in the morning, the alarm would be off. Just turned off completely, disabled. Which is how I know that unless somebody's pulling a prank on me, somebody's crawling through my window and getting into my phone and turning my alarm off, That's something I'm capable of, and it doesn't surprise me. I'm pretty sure I've actually texted people in my sleep before too. Now, was it probably gibberish? Yes, the point stands. I saw someone mention a dog's a natural alarm. You see, my problem, I don't actually have any dogs at the moment, but I do have cats. And if I tried to use them as my alarm, I would never get sleep. They love to yap. They're the only people I know who yap more than I do. So I've got 2 cats and they're like, oh, it's 1 a.m.? I don't care. Feed me. Oz, get up. Feed me. I get the notification in the morning if I miss an alarm so I can always tell if I turned it off in my sleep. Oh, interesting. You know, what I've been meaning to do actually is I've been meaning to get a new alarm app because I know some exist where you have to like do a math problem or something in order to actually like turn off the alarm or hit snooze. So it'll just keep ringing. And I despise math and doing math. There's no way I could do it in my sleep. No way. Like 9 times 3, I can barely do that while I'm awake. So no way can I do it asleep. So I'm wanting to look into getting one of those. Oh, I winked. Hold on, how is my winking? Let's do a little test. Because I'm sure some of you know this by now, but the actual tracking on AniLive is very, very different than something like VTube Studio. And so I'm definitely still getting adjusted to how it moves on here. Like, I moved in a very particular way whenever I would, you know, watch my model move on VTube Studio. So let's go ahead and do a winking test, why don't we? Hey, that's pretty good, actually. Oh. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that winking. Now the mouth tracking leaves a bit to be desired. Look, well, thank you. See, it's strange because in a lot of ways the tracking is worse, but in some ways I actually think it's better on here. Like, something that's very sad is the eyebrows aren't nearly as expressive on here. I have very expressive eyebrows normally, and right now they're kind of stiff. And so, yes, I can move them a bit. Yeah, you cannot see my full power with my eyebrows. But like the mouth tracking leaves some to be desired. Though I can like fully smile here. Like, how was I doing it? Yeah, I can't do that normally, actually. Okay, so I'll make sure to do all smiles here, and then whenever I'm back to VTube Studio, I can be all dark and brooding. How do I look brooding? Yeah, I don't know how to brood. That is the smile of pain. You know, that reminded me, that was like the Pedro Pascal meme, him like laughing and then like crying. Oh goodness, I make myself laugh. You know, as great as this Vivaldi has been, I'm feeling kind of a change of pace, why don't we? I do actually have another long, like hour-long video planned, so let's go ahead and switch over to that, why don't we? Oh, it skipped really far in. Hold on, we want to go back to the beginning. So please tell me how the volume for this is now that we have switched. So, and actually, while we're on the topic of music, why don't we go ahead and talk a little bit about what I actually listen to? Ha, you vibe, heck yeah. That's good, that's good. So, I am, as you could probably tell, a very big classical music fan and jazz fan. You know, really big, like, Duke Ellington, John Coltrane, there's all the classics there. And then, you know, I'm also definitely the kind of guy to just look up jazz instrumental 10 hours and just leave it on in the background while I'm doing, like, work. For classical composers, I'm a really big Shostakovich fan. Tchaikovsky is obviously great. Vivaldi is goated. I love all of them. Though, while I'm thinking of, it's not classical music per se, but it is an instrumental piece. There's this trombone solo called, what is it? Fly or Die, I believe. That is so good. Maybe I'll play it for you. Yeah, I'll play it for you someday. Not physically play it. Though actually, that's another fun fact about me. I actually do play some instruments. Or rather, I used to. I think all of my skill with them went away during the amnesia. You would like the Masters of the Air Vintage Music playlist? You know what? I'll write it down as something to check out. Nexas band win. You know, that could honestly be really fun, I think. Which instrument? So I am first and foremost a trombone player. You know, I do love my trombone. Not my favorite instrument, actually. My favorite timbre is actually the bassoon. That low double reed. Oh, I love that sound. It's so good. And honestly, if I could go back and decide to play bassoon instead of trombone, I think I would. That said, I don't actually own a bassoon. I do own a trombone, a piano, a trumpet, own a few clarinets, and I have a broken violin that I want to get fixed. Mainly wind instruments, yes, mainly. Here, I'm gonna write down, before I forget, Masters of the Air? Alright, and that is written down. So I will definitely check that out, King, and you and we can discuss it sometime. How about that? So yes, I have been playing instruments for quite a long time now. In fact, I was originally going to university for it. That's the first degree that I was pursuing, was actually a degree in music education, and I was planning on becoming a band director. And then, I don't know if you know this, but that level of music is so cutthroat. It's so hard. I still remember my private lessons teacher telling me that the only degree harder than a music degree is a nursing degree, and like going into the medical field. It requires so much work. I was miserable, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it was rough. You know, because I still remember like sneaking away at night just to get some extra practice at like the practice hall that we had. Like, I think that kind of sucked away my love for music. Like, it's dwindled away over time. Really, what's left over now is a love for music composition and music theory. So I actually do some composing. Maybe I'll show you guys some stuff that I've composed before. Hello, welcome in, Rikio, I'm going to hope it's pronounced. Please tell me how it's pronounced. Hey, welcome. Yeah, I was also thinking something that could be fun to do someday, actually. Riccio? I'm gonna assume Riccio. Okay, like the Puffs. Reese's Puffs. Reese's Puffs are goated, by the way. I'd say the best cereal, for sure. But yeah, I was thinking what could be a fun stream idea someday. Also, you could eat me. Oh, goodness. Take me to breakfast first. Yes, nice to meet you too, Riccio. Welcome. But yes, I would love to do maybe a BGM composing stream someday, actually. So maybe, you know, I was thinking probably after I've gotten permission to stream outside of AniLive. So that way I can either share my computer audio while I compose it, or at least, you know, maybe if I'm doing it through a music program, I could actually like show you guys how I'm making it. I think that could be a lot of fun. I already kind of have an idea of how it could sound, you know, just composing BGM for myself. And actually, while I'm thinking about it, harkening back to the Nexus D&D, something that I was thinking would be a super fun idea. I know that we've got some people who write music in Nexas, so I was considering to get around the whole copyright problem with music and doing D&D, because I don't do D&D without music, was what if we actually wrote our own D&D soundtrack? If, we all kind of collaborated on that, we can make like all the assets. There's enough of us that we could, get the art, and we could get the music and everything. I think that could be super, super fun. Maybe like people could write their own character themes. And so as the dungeon master, if I'm like, oh, this is an appropriate moment for Kinzo's character to have that. Odette writes her own songs. See, I didn't know that actually. So now I know that. And whenever I eventually put the message out of, oh, hey, we're doing this, like that could be fun. And then imagine that we could like have a playlist on YouTube or something of like our own OST for our own Nexus D&D campaign. I mean, yes, is this a very ambitious idea? Absolutely, I understand that. Will it come to pass? Likely not, but I'm a dreamer. I'm an optimist. I'd much rather like to believe that it's possible. Oh, welcome in. We've got, is it Trax or are we going TRAX? Hey, hello, welcome in. Very ambitious, but it's good to have a goal. Yeah, I love setting goals. I still haven't really spoken about them. Now it's Trax. Got it. I will remember that. Where are you? The screen is blank. Is that a Trax problem or an everyone problem? I mean, at the very least, I can see myself. You can see me fine. Trax, maybe try closing the app and reopening? Yeah, that's what I think. Turn it off, turn it back on again. The old tried and true. Ooh, listen to that saxophone there at the end of that. I'm assuming that we're lined up, because if you remember, I actually can't hear exactly what you guys are hearing over phone. Yeah, it's actually a few seconds apart. Ugh. See, that's why I probably shouldn't do karaoke anytime soon. Have a good one. See ya, Ricio. Thank you for stopping by. You see a detective? Yes, here I am in the flesh, the world's 9th greatest. Oh. Okay, hold on. This one's a vibe. What's this one called? This one's called My Funny Valentine. Is it going to give us an artist? I'd like to shout out artists if I'm able to. It doesn't look like it, actually. Congrats on debut. Thank you, thank you. Who are the other 8 detectives higher than you? So, I made a little confession during my debut, and I suppose I will share it again. The list is made up. It's not a real list. I just wanted to be in the top 10. Amelia Watson? See, you would expect that she's in the top 8. And maybe I should be lower, but I actually didn't include her in my little list. See, these are simply the people I deduced as the top 8 above me, You've got, of course, Sherlock Holmes. You've got Inspector Gadget. You've got Batman. He's the world's greatest detective after all. And then you've also got the entirety of the Mystery Gang. I mean, let's be real. How do they do that? Agatha Christie erasure? Yeah. So what? Maybe I am better than what Hercule Poirot, I believe his name is. Batman is a scientist? Well, that's his name. The world's greatest detective. That's his epithet. And people call him that all the time. Plus, I think Batman stories are at their greatest whenever they are very detective noir inspired with their storytelling. What about Milky Holmes? Who the hell is that? I haven't heard of Milky Holmes, I'm afraid. Well, yeah, hold on. Who is Batman of Detective Comics? Yeah, exactly. And he's the world's greatest detective. That's what they call him. That's why it's an anime series. Gotcha. You see, there's a lot that I have to learn. So that's just another one of them. And you know what? I'll actually go ahead and add that to the list of things that I'm writing down, and I will definitely remember what it means. I'll write Milky Holmes anime series. As a detective, I should probably check it out. You know, I want to say it was actually Anaria who made this connection, where I'm a lot like Captain America, actually, where he came back from being frozen, and he had like his whole notebook of everything he needs to check out. That's kind of what I'm doing. Alright, so let's write this down. Milky Holmes. I wonder if you can hear me writing. Alright, oh, I'm gonna butcher this pronunciation. Araragi from Bakemonogatari count? See, I haven't seen anything in the Monogatari series. I do not know who that is, and therefore I haven't done my research, so maybe I should be lower on the list. Phoenix Wright? See, he's an attorney though, not really a detective. Though I suppose if you're gonna get that into the semantics of everything, then is the Mystery Gang detectives? Who knows? I've also, by the way, never played an Ace Attorney game. I know about them, specifically the Great Ace Attorney, but what is it? The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, I believe it's called. Just the ones that are kind of like older. They have like Herlock Sholmes and Barrick von Zeeks, which has a phenomenal soundtrack. I've listened to the soundtrack of that in its entirety. I do not know very much about the game. Herlock Sholmes, my beloved. Seems like everybody who I know who knows of Herlock Sholmes is obsessed with the man. They all love him. I gotta ask Mia. Actually, I know the answer. What am I saying? I was about to say, who's your favorite detective? I know you've got quite a few detectives in your repertoire of people you like, looking at, we'll call it. Is Ace Attorney in the list of games you want to play? I mean, if that's something that people would like for me to do, I know that those games tend to be pretty long, so that's the only thing that's making me hesitate. Stop exposing you. Exposing criminals is my job, Mia. Oh, am I your favorite? Oh, that's an honor. Thank you, thank you. Criminals. Oh, are you going to feign ignorance? Are you going to claim to be innocent? No. I know what you are. Everybody, you will all know why she is the evil twin. Actually, she says I'm the evil twin. Maybe we're both the evil twin. But regardless, if there's at least one of us who's an evil twin, it's her. You'll all know on Sunday, I believe. Sunday at 7 p.m. PST, if I'm remembering your debut correctly. Is that Mia from Phoenix Wright or Maya? I have no idea. Surely we've got some Ace Attorney fans in here. So we need to lock both of you in the cage. Oh, no. Look, if you lock me in a cage with Mia, only one of us is coming out, and it's going to be me. I'm not usually into detectives. I usually side with thieves, like Lupin the Third. See, who is that? Who is Lupin? Should I know this man? Hold on, let's look him up. Lupin the Third. Oh, I've seen this guy. I recognize him. Yeah, no, I've definitely seen him around. Don't know anything about him. There's a novel. Lupin the Third is a classic anime based on it. Ah, I see. Yeah, no, I've definitely seen this character before. I just didn't know his name. So there you go. Actually, since you guys are already teaching me so much, I'd actually like to go ahead and take a moment to shill my stream tomorrow. And that is, I'm going to be Osian versus Mia cage fight. It's not really going to be much of a fight, I'll be honest with you. I don't need a spoon. Ha! Goodness. But I do know, something that Mia and I have already agreed on doing is we want to do a collab of It Takes Two once we're able to stream off, like, outside of AniLive. So hopefully you guys are interested in that. Now, I don't know anything about It Takes Two other than the fact that, quite literally, it takes two to play. That's it. That is all I know. You're definitely gonna get divorced? Are the characters married? Are there multiple endings? Is that it? Oh, I see. No, I quite literally only know that it's a game that two people play. See, I wish I hadn't already played A Way Out, because that game is phenomenal. I think it's so great, and the twist at the end is peak. Like, it's so good. And I wish I could have gone through it blind with you guys. Welcome in, Implicit Twilight. Welcome. Thank you for stopping by. But yeah, so... oh goodness. Oh, I was chilling for my stream tomorrow. That's what I was doing, right. So tomorrow I'm doing what I'm calling my planning curriculum stream. If you haven't noticed, I don't know a lot about a lot of things when amnesia isn't useful, right? Exactly. Why didn't it kick in there? No, I do. It's not fully like blank with my previous memories. It's just all of my detective stuff and most things about myself. I do still have like certain life experiences, and here's a fun little bit of trivia for you. Typically, if I'm intoxicated, I actually get some of the memories back. So I'm actually a little bit smarter whenever I get a little bit tipsy. Is that why I drink? Sure, we'll give myself a reason. Haha. Alcoholic Bob. What's my favorite alcoholic beverage? I would probably have to go with a Long Island iced tea would be my favorite. It's sweet, but you still get the alcohol flavor, and it's usually enough to get you tipsy just after one, definitely after two. That said, if there's anybody who is not of legal drinking age in their country, you shouldn't go ordering a Long Island iced tea next time you go out, or go make one at home, you know? Be responsible, but if you are able to drink, I highly recommend it. I know it's definitely not for everybody, but if it is for you, then you and I, we need to have a drink sometime. Right, shilling. Second time's the charm. So... there's a lot that I don't know about a lot of things, so tomorrow I'm doing what I'm calling my planning curriculum stream, where really it's just another Zatsudan in disguise, let's be honest. But I'd like to kind of learn about all the things that you guys would like me to react to. So I know there's all kinds of music artists that people want me to check out, all kinds of like different topics that I know nothing about. Like, I still don't really understand what Omegaverse is, and now I've learned of something called like Domverse, which I'd never even heard of until yesterday. And then I also, I gotta be hip with the times. I want to learn, just as much as I want to learn about all the classics, I want to learn about like the new things. Cakeverse, never heard of that. I do not know what that is, but if you mention that tomorrow, I'll be sure to add it to the list. And then, slowly, we can have some educational streams. And actually, a pretty good scores in BL 101 class. I was unfortunately not able to attend Yansume's lecture about BL. Maybe for the next one. But yeah, I know there's all kinds of anime that people want me to watch. There's like Frieren, there's Jujutsu Kaisen, there's the fabled Bocchi Rock. Like, I don't know anything about any of these. So, I genuinely, the extent of my knowledge of each of those. Frieren, there's a white-haired girl, and I think she's like a strong mage or something. Then there is... let's see. Bocchi Rock, there's a pink-haired girl, and I think she plays guitar. And then Jujutsu Kaisen, there's Gojo. I've learned that name from Hikari. There's Na I'd Win. I know that meme. And then I think there's a dude who like eats a finger or something. That's it. Yasume does it every week. It is weirdly intriguing even though I'm not a BL fan. I didn't actually know that. You see, there's a lot of senpais and I haven't been able to catch a lot of everybody's streams. I've caught at least one stream from everybody. Hi, hello. I'm gonna assume it's Ryena? I'm gonna assume because it's like Rye. Please correct me if that's wrong. Then we've also got MMP. Hello to both of you. Welcome on in. Thank you for joining. Yes, Rye is correct. Gotcha. Oh, and thank you for the follow, which, once again, I'll say this again since it's the first day that this feature is live. Be sure that you are following all of your favorite Nexus talents that are on here. So I know we've got a few Nexus talents already here. I see Anaria and Mia are both here right now, so be sure to follow both of them. I know that, you know, Anaria goes live quite often. I believe she has a stream later tonight, and then Mia, she has her debut on Sunday. So definitely be sure to follow her right now while she's in the chat, so that way you get the notification. I kind of do watch almost all of them. That is so, like, how do you do it? Because you're right, I see you in so many of the streams. Like, you are so committed, it's incredible. Hello, welcome in, Pinto Bean. Hello, I love your profile picture. By not having a life, I wish. Sometimes I wish I had less going on in life. For several of us in a lot of other streams. Yeah, like I've noticed, like, some of you guys will have like multiple streams open at once. But you has 20 phones to watch everyone probably. I would not be surprised at this point. I can only say I watched the original 27 debuts and passed out so hard every night. See, I didn't even get to catch everyone's debuts originally. I was there for all of day 1. Then I caught kind of the latter half of days 2 and 3. I've caught at least one stream from each person since. And that said, there's some senpais that I still haven't spoken to a whole bunch, which is honestly a shame. Like, I want to get to know everybody. Like, I've had really nice chats with everybody in Nebulink. That's something that I'm really happy with, actually, with the community that we fostered, was that Nebulink we are genuinely very tight-knit. Like, there's genuinely nobody here that I could not, like, see myself just hanging out with one-on-one and vibing with. Like, when we talk about 16 strong and, like, we have this sense of unity, that's not there for, like, the corporate, you know, advertise yourselves as being part of, like, a family. Like, no, genuinely, these people are all amazing, incredible classmates to be with. Like, and so please go support them. Go support Yaya and Rub tonight. Like, oh, I love all of them. Which reminds me, I'm thinking I'll go ahead and give you guys a little sneak peek for next week's schedule, actually. On Monday, I plan on doing a first impression Zatsudan. So I want to go ahead and talk about my first impressions of everybody in Nebulink, as well as all the senpais that I've spoken about. Look, Mia, our first impression, I know I pick on Mia a lot, but we actually did immediately click. I remember there's like this channel that we have on the Discord server that's like, oh, everybody do like a little self-introduction, type it out. And I remember seeing Mia's and she had a pun in there. And I was like, this person seems fun. They are a fellow pun enjoyer. I'm going to reach out to her. So I reached out, and then we immediately had like this really smug, over-the-top exchange about how proud we were of our puns. And since then, we just kept realizing how much we actually had in common, to the point to where it was scary. Like, it's genuinely terrifying how much Mia and I have in common on a lot of things. Oh, you're gonna be heading out? All right, bye, Lily. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for all the support. It was really nice having you here. Bye-bye. So, yes, I'll go ahead and save some of the other debuts. You're more hyped for her debut? You should have been from the beginning. Except, actually, nah. Don't go watch her debut. Nah, I'm not. Then you turned out to be American. You turned out to be British. British? No, actually, Mia's British accent is not that bad. I say that like it's ever bad. It's not. But what I mean by that is, it's not like the stereotypical, you know? It's not. She can say bottle of water, you know? She's like bottle of water. She's not like bottle of water. Oh goodness, I'm sorry. Though that was, I don't remember who it was, but somebody, I think on the voice reveal video, just just posted a picture of a bottle of water and said, "How do you say this?" Oh, that was so good. But yeah, I honestly don't mind the British accent. Do people unironically like not like it? Some people are actually like that. I am not. Like, I think that a lot of accents are amazing and beautiful. Especially like it makes people so unique, you know? Like, it's just another of our differences that all make us, you know, us. I'm gonna take a moment to take another sip if you don't mind. You guys are making me blush. You know what? Just this once, you deserve it. You deserve to be seen and appreciated. Be perceived. Yeah, I'm really excited to talk about my first impressions. I have spoken to a lot of the senpais, actually. In fact, I'm probably, if I were to guess, still the Nebulink member who has interacted with the most senpais. I might be wrong. Mia and Inaria, you guys could probably correct me on this if it is wrong. Or, like, you know, back me up if it's true. But I think I'm still the one with the highest number. I know I've at least made direct contact with 23 of them. I think you're still just ahead. Yeah, I know you really started to grind it out, I noticed. Like, you've really been trying. Which I think is awesome. I think that Nexus should be seen as one cohesive unit and that we should all get along. You like to slide in them DMs? Oh, absolutely. Though, for most people, I did a very professional... I waited until they followed me on Twitter, and then I did a very professional, like, hello, I'm your Kohai. I'm looking forward to working alongside you and meeting you. For some people, I did a little bit of a shorter version just because I didn't want to seem so stiff with them or so professional. I wanted to be a bit more relaxed from the get-go. And then there's Felix. Now, I don't know if any of you have been seeing my activity on Twitter, my interactions with Felix, my secretary. You wish you hadn't. So with everybody else, I've been, you know, oh, nice to meet you. You have notifications on? Oh, I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, I did say, I started with hello, because that's something that you say and I say, actually. I've been saying hello for a long time, so I think it's funny that you and I both say that. Yeah, and you did you go with worst detective? I thought you went with white dick. So you're like, I thought you were like, hey, white dick. You what? You know, maybe you should have considered what you said if you didn't want to be exposed. I can neither confirm nor deny these allegations. Goodness. No, but then someone is talking about it. Must be a Nari. Oh, goodness. But yeah, and then there's the way that I slid into Felix's DMs, which was, quite literally, just the message, hey. It was, I believe, Hey with 3 Y's and a tilde? Oh, it's okay, it's okay. That is still not as bad of a first impression as I actually left on Felix the first time we met in VC. Sounds like we need to put Osian in the cage. Nah, dude, I belong in something worse than the cage. I belong in the jar. Oh, no. Scratch that one from the record. That one's getting cut from the VOD. Hey sounds freakier than what you're making it sound like. Oh, goodness. In other news, nobody claimed that. In other news, the name of this song, to give credit, is The Nearness of You. Still don't have an artist credited, unfortunately. This one's kind of a vibe. This one's actually almost over, though, and we're going to be going with, after this, Harlem Nocturne. You can't avoid this now. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what I'm avoiding. Look, save the jar for tonight. You see, that's Yaya's favorite place to be, actually. I don't know if you know that yet. But Yaya, that's his home. Whenever he goes back into the shadows, whenever he goes, like, hiding, does all of his ninja shenanigans, it's not actually the shadows he's going into, it's actually the jar. Don't worry, someone has a jar ready for him. Whoever is doing the restream, Burger, I see you're still here. Is that you who's doing the restream? Because if so, please have a jar ready. That would be fantastic. Though maybe you probably don't want to add on to the debut specifically, but that man belongs in the jar. So I know. Like, we like to call him Yaya, but like some people can pronounce like yays as, or yays, Y's as J's, and so it'd be like Jaja, and so we'll go Jar Jar sometimes is what we'll call him. Nah, ruin the debut, it'll make for a good childhood memory. Exactly, that's sweet summer child. I call him Isuzu. I saw that, I fell in love with that nickname immediately. I called him that over VC. I've never been threatened more quickly in my life. I was like, oh, Isuzu, and he's like, I'm going to cut you down with my katana. Or whatever he said, I don't remember. That said, everybody else can call him Yaya. I want to call him Isuzu. Right? It's so cute. I want to call him Kagamiya-kun, like a weeb. You are a weeb, huh? No, I kid. Actually, I don't know if this is something that you've picked up on, but there's quite a few Nexus talents that I like to, call him Isuzu immediately in debut. Please, I will be alongside you guys calling him Isuzu. Isuzu gang, rise up. But yes, so there's a little habit of mine that I have where I actually refer to a lot of the Nexus talents by their last name, and I will preface it with Mr. or Miss or Mix, you know. And, you know, some people, they're not really a fan of that, so maybe I'll just go with their last name. And so, for example, you have all probably noticed that I refer to Momoko as Miss Nuihara, or Terran is Mr. Shieldsong. I also... This is why, I don't know if any of you saw Charlie's little, like, shitpost. You were gonna do that originally, actually? Yeah, it just sounds fancy, you know? It's very professional. But I don't know if any of you saw Charlie's little meme that they made, but they put out a little meme text thing which is like, oh, I had a professor like ask if I prefer Mr. or Miss, and I instinctively said ya boy. And so now they call me ya boy Charles. Like that's basically a real story. Which, by the way, Charlie, in VC, and probably once I get a bit more used to streaming, I usually do call Charlie Charles, which I have permission to do. That is something that Charles has permitted me to do. And it's actually something similar for Mocha, where I didn't really want you to call Mocha by their last name either. And so instead, I was like, Mocha, well, that's a kind of coffee. So why don't we take it a different approach and just lengthen it to make it sound fancy. Thus, that's why I refer to mocha as macchiato. I know, I'm hilarious. Mochaccino. Mochaccino's really good too. So yes, if you hear me talk about Charles and macchiato, now you know the origin of that. Maybe I should actually talk about my tags for a moment. I know that's something that people do during a debut 2.0, so let's actually talk about my tags, and we're 20 minutes remaining and I haven't actually done a debut 2.0 yet. Goodness. I feel like there's still like a billion things I could talk about. I kind of got in my own head a little bit and was like, I don't know if I'm as good at yapping as everybody makes me out to be. I don't know if I could fill up like a 2-hour stream like easily. Turns out it is so easy. Like there is so much to talk about. Endurance test. I feel as though I'm passing far better than I thought I would have. Made sure to look for the right tag since I forgot when you last posted your tags. Kind of quickly though, is I believe, and my plan is to always have my tags under my pinned tweet, so they should always be pretty easy to find. So let's actually go over my tags a little bit. So for fan name, we've got Dimwits. You guys are my little dimwits. Now it's not dimwits. It's not like cool wit for anybody who or knows that Family Guy reference. I'm very hip. I you know, referenced Family Guy. I'm hilarious. You know, so we've got my dear dimwits. That's all of you. Dimwits is cute. Yes, thank you, thank you. Actually, the original plan was to call you guy my witnesses with W-H-I-T, witnesses. And then it was actually, so quick little bit of lore. My mother, Mama Whitlock we'll call her, she's actually very supportive of the whole VTubing thing. And I was talking with her about it. And she was like, oh, what if your fan name was Dimwits? And I was like, that's so good, actually. So I'd thought about actually doing a poll during my debut and saying, do we want witnesses or dimwits? And then I realized that I would be sad if dimwits didn't win. And so I just made the commitment. You know, I just decided, okay, yeah, we're doing dimwits. We love Mama Whitlock in this house. We do. I would love the chance to have her on stream someday if I were able. But the problem with that is that she would almost certainly dox me immediately. So that's almost definitely never happening. No, quite literally. This is a true story. I was in a call with some Nebulink members, and Mama Whitlock stopped by my house for a little bit. And you gotta have a rule in this. We'll get to rules in a little bit. So she came over, and in the true Whitlock way, the first thing that she did was ask where my alcohol was. So then after we cracked open some alcohol, I was like, hey, you want to say hi to the Nexas talents that I'm speaking with? So she was like, yeah, okay, this sounds good. And so I unmuted myself from that. I was like, hey, Mama Whitlock wants to say hi. So, they chat for a little sec. And then I make fun of Mia, as I usually do. And then Mama Whitlock, doing what mothers do, said my name aloud in a very stern tone. Was Osian W.D. Whitlock. Except it was my full legal government name. So she literally pulled the Osian Watson Doyle Whitlock. But so that was fun. Hence why she is never coming on stream. Like that just, cannot risk that. Maybe what I could do is I could like record a stream in advance and then edit some things out if I need to. That could be an interesting workaround. But yes, long story short, Mama Whitlock's actually the one who came up with Dimwits, so thank you to her. I think it is a phenomenal fan name. I can't imagine you guys being anything else. For the general tag, we've just got my name with excluding the, the middle initials. That's just Osian Whitlock. Then for the live tag, we've got WhitLive, which I feel like maybe I should have like checked if anyone used it. How do people use how do people use live tags actually? I just know that people have them, and so I put it there because I'm going live, but like, should I be checking that during my stream? Actually, you know what? I'll just say, yeah, we can do that. I guess I'm the streamer. I'm the one who can decide. So if there's anything you ever want to share with me during stream visually, you are free to use my live tag. And I'll be sure to, I'll be sure to actually check that during streams. For clips, we've got WD and HD. That one's just a cute little thing. I think people are supposed to use them to live tweet. Yeah, that also makes sense. Maybe I can do that as well. And then for the art tag, I saved this one for last because I feel it needs a little bit of explanation. I went with Composing Sketch. And the reason why I did that is actually because it's inspired by the term composite sketch. A composite sketch is what police detectives use whenever they are telling somebody to describe someone that they saw. It's like, oh, what did the robber look like? Like, what did the person look like? That is known as composite sketching. And so I thought that that could be a cute little unique tag instead of just having like, throwing like Osian art or something. So, hence the name Composing Sketch. I know it's a little bit long, but I felt it was clever enough, and as long as I'm actually leaving it there in the open, that people could actually, find it. So yeah, those are our tags. Feel free to use them. I'm gonna try to check them somewhat frequently. I also know, I think Lily had to leave earlier. I saw Lily made some clips of mine from the debut. I'm just now remembering, maybe I could go find that tweet again and say like, hey, use, use WD and HD for clips in the future so that way I can make sure to see them. Because I do want to check these quite often. Lily's a diligent clipper. Yeah, she did 4 different clips I saw, which I'm honored, genuinely. Like, to even think that, me having clips, that's how a lot of people, are not even just get into the rabbit hole, but that's just, where they stay in the rabbit hole. And now think that I, might have people watching my clips. Oh, goodness. Ugh. But yes, so those are my tags. I will check them frequently. So be sure. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I am chronically on Twitter nowadays. It's like now that I'm actually here, I'm checking it so often. Our clippers need more support. They barely get comments on their clips. I agree, actually. I think that we should give our clippers some more support. Hold on, I'm getting messages from the one and only Yaya, actually, right now. He's asking if I'm busy. Yeah, I'm gonna tell him real quick that I'll be done in just a moment. So because I know that he was thinking about asking me some questions about AniLive, since we were Isuzu probably get my name out. Oh, hold on, no. I have to tell him I was gonna end soon anyways. It's okay. I was going to end soon anyways. Yes, we were not given the chance to practice on AniLive before debut. And so, whenever each of us is clicking live, that's our first exposure to the app and like to actually streaming on here. Which admittedly, it's not too different from being a viewer, thankfully. But you know, there are some definitely some different buttons, you know, and just also getting used to the different tracking is weird. So yeah, last 10 minutes, let's do a debut 2.0. So we went over tags, so let's talk about some rules, why don't we? And for the most part, it's really just like, don't be a dick, have common sense, some decency. Like, that's just show, like, you don't even have to necessarily show respect as long as it's in like good faith. Like, you know, I still respect Mia. I just, you know, I like to tease. And I have no problem getting teased, and I'm probably going to tease you guys. If I see someone pointing or having a grammar mistake, I might point you out. Common sense is not all that common. Yes, it's very, very unfortunate. That's what retail taught you. I vaguely have some memories of working back in the food industry. Oh, goodness. See, because it's like, people will get very, very particular with their food. You avoid food? Yeah, it's rough. Wait, am I supposed to hate you only supposed to hate you as a joke? I mean, you are free to have your own opinion, and your opinion is valid. Hello, Kyo. Oh, that is a hard one pronounced. I'm gonna go ahead and call you Kyo for short, if that's alright. If not, please let me know. My friend got traumatized by McDonald's. You see, I also got traumatized by McDonald's, but not by working there, simply by eating their food. Yes, I am throwing shade at McDonald's. Look, if I'm getting fast food, it's not gonna be McDonald's. Simple as that, really. Of course, I'm joking, you're pretty cool sometimes. Likewise. I suppose. No, like, the only things that are edible at McDonald's to me are their nuggets and their fries, and that's it. And I will say, McDonald's fries do hit differently, especially if you throw some extra salt on there. See, chocolate shake, I feel like their shake machines and everything, they never work. Like, I can never get shakes from there. Besides, if I'm getting a shake, I'm either going to Sonic or... I probably shouldn't mention this other place, actually, because I think it's more of a local place. So, Sonic is, like, good, or maybe, like, Dairy Queen or Wendy's. Though Wendy's is awful, except for blizzards. I feel like every single time I've eaten at a Wendy's, I've gotten a stomachache. They always work at the one by me. Consider blessed. So hopefully you have a Sonic nearby you. I promise I can speak, you guys. It's just the nerves. So, Canada, no Sonic? Rough. Summoning the nerves back? Really, honestly. It's like I don't even realize I'm nervous until I make a minor mistake, and then it's like I can recognize that they happen because of the nerves, you know? I'm like, oh wait, crap, that's right, I'm still talking to however many people there are in here. I know, oh my goodness. Yeah, other rules. Whenever I'm gaming, I actually don't particularly mind backseating. That's like, alright. Just like, don't give too many spoilers if it's a story-based game, but I actually feel like backseating is like, can be good at times. It really just depends on the game. For example, I know that whenever I play Dark Souls with some friends, having other people there to kind of guide me a lot, like that helped so much. I don't think I would have played through the entirety of Dark Souls had I not been backseated at least a little bit. But that's also because I suck at games. I'm really, really bad. So I appreciate at least a little bit of backseating. Some people we bully, some we compliment the fuck out of. Yes, You are free to bully me. You are not free to compliment me. That is not allowed in this house. The bullying, I love bullying, and, you know, like, I want to be bullied back. I don't know, it's a fun streamer dynamic. What all games do you like? So, honestly, I typically just play the games that people want me to play. If someone recommends me a game, you're quite a sweetie. Stop. Sorry, what games do you like? So, I like a lot of strategy games, simulation games, and then RPGs. Things that really get me immersed into a story, and a world. I think that RPGs with like immersive worlds and soundtracks are just the best games. I still remember playing Skyrim. This was a long time ago, and I was sick at the time. I had nothing going on because I think I was unemployed. And so I had no excuse to leave my abode, leave the office. So I literally locked myself in my office for days just playing Skyrim. Quite literally, I only showered, ate, slept, and played Skyrim for I think basically 50 hours straight. And I was only getting a few hours of sleep. And this might be a weird take actually, but nowadays when I play Skyrim, and this is actually the first time that I ever did this, I turned off the music for the game. The Skyrim OST is amazing, don't get me wrong. But what this did, oh yeah, I also did no fast travel, and I'd already played through the game a lot. I'm basically a Skyrim encyclopedia. I went into the game pretending like I knew nothing about it, and I got into the mind of my character and roleplayed the hell out of it, doing specifically what my character would do. And then I did not fast travel at all, and I turned off the in-game music, because that specifically does not turn off the music that you hear from bards in the game. And so, the only times that I would ever hear music are whenever I would like go into a tavern. And so it would genuinely feel like a moment of respite as I like literally traveled the road from Whiterun to Markarth, made my way to the Silver Blood Inn, and, you know, go up to the innkeeper. I'd like to buy a room for the night. Like, oh, that'll be 10 septims. Like, oh, it was so good. What's your favorite bard song? Obviously, The Age of Oppression. Oh, or is it Age of Aggression? Hold on. Real quick, I have to confirm which is which. Here I am talking about... Age of Oppression. Age of Oppression. Because I am a Stormcloak through and through. Hello, welcome in, Luna. And thank you for the follow. Unfortunately, we will be wrapping up very soon. That said, now you'll have a notification for the next time I go live tomorrow. So thank you so much for following. Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh goodness. Yes, thank you for the hearts. You're a sucker for On the Dragonborn Comes. That one is very good, don't get me wrong. But as a... Okay, bye Luna. As a hardcore Stormcloak fan, I simply have to like Age of Oppression the most. You know, I drink to that song. And every time I go over to the inn in Windhelm, you already know that I'm requesting that song. Or, after I've already taken Solitude in the name of Ulfric Stormcloak, I'll be requesting it from the bards there. Now that said, I do like to roleplay the characters, and so, you know, if I'm playing a character who would side with the Empire, I'll side with them. For example, in that run where I got very immersed in the roleplaying, I was actually an Imperial. Well, the race I was playing was a Breton named Tristor. That was really great. I'm here and now I'm gone, lol. Alright, see ya, Null. Thank you for stopping by. Yes, you have a good day as well. But yes, no, I was playing this Breton, and I was an ex-member of the Vigilant of Stendar, And so I focused all in on restoration magic and shields, using Dawnbreaker as my sword. The reason why he's an ex-vigilant of Stendarr is because he believed that there was power in Daedric artifacts and using the weapon of the enemy against them. So whereas the other members are like, no, we shouldn't go against, like we shouldn't actually like wield those cursed weapons. Tristor was very much the kind of person of, as long as I am not letting my steel heart be corrupted by those wretched foul entities, I can use these powerful artifacts. If you can't tell, I'm a very, very big lore head. I love lore and world building. The Elder Scrolls series is very close to my heart. Though, to answer some other games that I like, a franchise that I only really alluded to during my debut, but is also one that's very near and dear to my heart, is Fire Emblem. Do we have any Fire Emblem fans in the chat here? I'd love to see if we've got anybody who knows anything about the games. Lilyfish, we've got one. I enjoy watching some. Yes, I am a hardcore Fire Emblem fan. I could name all 17 of the games in order. Mainline games. I probably couldn't tell you exactly when Visteria Saga came out, but I know that's somewhere in there too. So, I definitely want to do a... Oh boy, sorry Ozzy, I haven't played any real games in more than a decade. What do you mean real games? What do you play nowadays then? I can't speak. What do you play nowadays then? Nox? Nox, are your eyes suggesting that you also play Fire Emblem? Do we need to have a Fire Emblem talk? No, dang it! I need to have a Fire Emblem talk. I will say, I already know that Yukiko and Silas from Nebulink are quite the Fire Emblem fans. And so I want to do a Fire Emblem Zatsudan at some point, and I would also maybe like to bring them on either for that stream or for another stream, because I don't know if any of you know the politics of Fire Emblem Three Houses, but there's some controversial takes. And let's just say that Yukiko and I are quite literally on opposite sides of that debate. Yes, Curse, you get it. I am a Blue Lion fan all the way. All hail King Dimitri. Yes, Yukiko is actually a Fire Emblem fan as well. Yukiko loves Edelgard. Golden Deer good too, though? Ha! I mean, they are. And I mean, Claude is certainly good. I mean, who said that? What? No, I mean, Golden Deer is probably the house that I would want to be in if I were, like, at Garreg Mach Monastery. But my loyalties lie with the Kingdom of Fargus. Now, I will say, we've already been going for more than 2 hours now, so I think I should probably go ahead and wrap up soon. There's, you can't tell, so much for us to talk about. That's why on Saturday, I have a stream that's literally just rambling, which is basically what this was actually. But now I can at least say that it was planned rambling instead of procrastinating a debut 2.0, which I still basically didn't do. Basically, be nice, I'm okay with backseating, bully me if you want, compliment me if you somehow mean it, and then, yeah, I mean, don't mention other streamers, just the common stream etiquette. I think you all have been on here long enough to know. Thanks for your time, Aussie. Of course, I love being here. This is wonderful. Thank you for the stream. Have a great rest of your day. You too, Curse. And once again, thank you for the amazing fan art. The expression of it is so good. I love it so much. All right. Well, goodbye, everybody. It's so weird that it's already been 2 hours. I hope to see you all there tomorrow for my Zatsudan. That's, trying to be a planning curriculum stream. Bye, everyone. Thank you.